we're going to keep it kind of short and sweet. I said I wanted to talk about the invoices, and I wanted to talk about the post inspections a little bit. We made some of the changes from the things that we found yesterday, and sorry, yesterday was a little bit long-winded, and there's a lot to talk about. I mean, the thing is, this app just does so much, and it's hard for me to kind of not speak about it in such technical terms, and to to speak about it plainly. So I'm gonna try my best there. So yeah, today I want to talk about the invoices and post inspections. I believe tomorrow or maybe Thursday, Ian Davidson will be back on. We had some connectivity issues yesterday, so he will be joining us again to complete the interview. And then I believe tonight I'm doing an interview with Investment Joy on YouTube, and they have like 1 million followers on YouTube, and mostly like the real estate investment community. So that's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to that. And we did not launch the marketing yesterday due to some technical difficulties, but it is now live. So it's funny because I woke up and I had hundreds of text messages, missed phone calls, there's support tickets. It is literally starting to blow up, and it's just day one. So that's a really good sign. It's a good problem to have, but it's it's new. So I'm just going to take it as it comes, and hopefully we can handle this. Okay, so as you see on the screen right now, I'm getting ready to open up the Contractor Plus app. And so we're in the app right now. This is the main screen, the dashboard. So if you weren't here yesterday, I'll explain a little bit about what's here. At the very top, you've got your highlights, you've got your leads, your clients, your estimates, your invoices, and your tasks. Pretty straightforward. So those are the most important things surrounding your business. Then you've got your to-do list. So a to-do is very simple. It's very quick and to the point. It's just one text field. So it's just something you need to do immediately or in the next day or whatever. You don't need to, assign it to a client or assign it to a job or nothing like that. It's just something you don't want to forget. It's basically like a personal task manager. And then we also have tasks. And the task manager is a little bit more in depth. Now, I didn't talk about the task manager yesterday. It is a pro feature, so free accounts won't have access to it. But the task manager is a little bit more in depth. So when you go to add a task, you're going to add a task name. You're going to set the priority. You can give it a description. You can relate it to something. So you can relate it to an estimate or an invoice or a client or a post inspection, an expense, a lead. You can really relate that task to anything. So now it has a relationship to something else, to some other data point inside of the CRM. And that's important, especially when we start implementing reports and stuff like that. It's going to give us the capability of generating some pretty useful KPI reports that help you understand what's going on in your picture at a bigger level, in your business at a bigger level. So as I said today, I want to talk about the invoices a little bit. So, yesterday we talked about estimates, or at least the Pro Plus estimator. Pretty comprehensive. You go step by step, area, task by task, or step by step, and you add on the fly right there as you're estimating. And it just builds one comprehensive PDF report that goes to your client, and the client can just approve that report right from inside the report. So once they approve that report, then they get an invoice. So when you send the invoice to your client, it comes similar to an estimate in a PDF file, and they can remit payments in the footer of that file. So I'm going to open up the invoices dashboard now. Well, first I'm going to go to the estimates dashboard. We're going to convert that estimate that I created yesterday into an invoice. So it was accepted by the client already. So now I can hit more actions, and I can hit generate invoice. So now that I've generated an invoice, I can send that invoice to the client. I can save the PDF file. I can print it. There's a lot of things I can do. I can also add stuff to it. Like if, say, the client approved the estimate, but then we realized there was something else that needed done at the last minute. It's going to cost an extra couple $100 or whatever. I can, instead of generating a new estimate, I can just add it right here on the fly by hitting add item right to the invoice. So now, we're going to go ahead and send this invoice to the client. As you can see, it says, "Hi, Jim Bob," attaches a new invoice for 321 Edgewater Drive, and it has a link to the invoice. Now, I'm going to go ahead and send that. Now, let me copy myself here so we can get this. Wow, I'm terrible at typing on a mobile screen, especially when I'm not looking at the screen. Okay, add. Okay, now I'll go ahead and send. Now, once this invoice, here in a second, I'm going to pull it up on the computer when I see it touches down. And that wasn't it. Should be showing up any minute here. As long as I typed it right. Definitely. Let me type it again just in case. Justin, excellent. Yeah, that looks right. Send. Okay, it should be showing up here. Well, we're waiting on this invoice to show up here. For what we can do right now is, so what I'll talk about right now is we can actually record a payment in person. So say the client just wants to cut you a check or wants to hand you cash, you can actually just hit the more actions button at the top right, and you can just hit record a payment. Now you can also download the PDF right inside the app. And this is what it looks like here. So now notice at the top left, it says just the business name that I typed in. It doesn't have a logo because we didn't upload the logo yesterday. Now, if you upload a logo up here, it'll display your logo instead of a text version of your business name. So that's pretty cool. But it's pretty concise and to the point right there. Now, let's see if this email showed up yet. I don't know why and maybe check spam. I hope it didn't go to spam. Let me try this. Yesterday, the email went through just fine. Send it as a primary email. Justin@xlaver.com. Send. Refresh. And I got it. So it seems like the carbon copy. Oh, that was the first one that came through. So, okay, so I'll go ahead and share my screen here. Let me move this over. And here's my email. Okay, and what we're looking at right here is the email version that came through. Now, just like the estimate template yesterday, if you uploaded your logo, inside the email itself, it's going to put your logo right here instead of the text version. You can see here, very simple. Now, if you have your social links configured inside of the settings, the footer of the emails that get sent will actually link to your social media profiles, not ours. So we'll go ahead and click this. And this is the HTML version of the invoice, and it shows as unpaid. So at the bottom of this, so we're pushing this version live. I thought it was already pushed today, but I guess we still haven't uploaded it yet today. So later today, at the bottom of this template, you're actually going to, or at the top here, you're going to be able to actually complete the payment. So as the client or as the homeowner, the client of the handyman company or of your business, they'll actually be able to complete the payment right here on this page. You know what? I know why They can't. It was implemented. We did not configure payment settings. So what will happen is if we go through and we add like a Stripe account, if we go into the settings here, let me pull up the phone again. And if we go into the settings menu and we go down to payment gateways and we link one of these payment gateways. So as long as something's linked here, then like let's say we had PayPal or credit card by PayPal or Stripe or whatever we want to use. Once it's configured, then your clients will actually be able to complete a payment right from the invoice page. Now, I don't have the example API details with me right now, or else we would go ahead and configure that. But it is pretty straightforward to get it. I'll try to have that ready for tomorrow. I think that would be something good to cover. And so now that we've pretty much, if you have any questions about invoices in general or what can be done with the invoices, let us know. Let me know. You can post it here. I'm watching the chat. And let me see if there's anything else we could talk about invoices. So, okay, so one other thing I want to mention is say you didn't do an estimate. Say that there was no estimate and you just wanted to send an invoice or something. So it might not be related to a specific job. You might just need to, being reimbursed for an expense. You can actually convert an expense into an invoice. You can just create a new invoice right here on the fly and send it directly to your client. So that is pretty cool. That's a cool feature. So there does not have to be an estimate attached or created in order for you to generate an invoice. Now that we've talked about invoices a little bit, it's pretty straightforward. You add line items, send it to the client. Simple as that. Now we'll go into post inspections. So a post inspection is what you would complete. It's a report that you would go behind your workers and you would do it, or behind yourself if you're a one-man business, and you would take after photos and maybe add some notes about the tasks that you completed at the job site. Now, we already have the before photos, especially if you use the Pro Plus Estimator. So you already have the before photos because you went through and took pictures of every task that needed done. So now the idea is after the job is completed, you go behind yourself and take your completed photos. Now, when you do that, your client's going to get a report with all of the before photos in the left column and all of the after photos in the right column. And that is really beneficial because now they can actually visualize, they can see what it looked like before and what it looked like when it was completed. They never have to step foot inside their property to know that the work actually got done and to really appreciate the fact that you guys did a quality job. So we are the first estimator or mobile handyman solution, mobile contractor solution that has a tool like this that actually gives you the capability to go behind your work or your workers and do an inspection and send it to your client. So we can complete a report from any completed estimate. So because there was already an estimate for 321 Edgewater Drive, we'll just select that. Now it's going to pull up. Now keep in mind, these coach marks only load on the first time you open each feature inside the app. After that, you won't see it anymore. So it kind of seems annoying, but it goes away. You can see there's already a default title up here, the client and the property selected, and we've got our 2 tasks that we added yesterday. So now you can also add additional tasks. Let's say that like you added something in the middle of the job that wasn't on the estimate. You want to go ahead and just let the client know that you did it. You can go ahead and add it here on the fly if you want. Now to complete the report, all we'll do is we'll tap the edit button next to any task that was on our estimate. And we can add any notes like this was replaced. Looks great. I don't know that notes are even necessary, but in some instances they may be. And here's the before photos. Now you can add your after photos down here. Now, if you want to add any comments about the inspection, you can do that. You can also give it a status. So you want to say it was completed successfully, and then you want to attach a picture, and we will just attach an after photo, which, hello, That's a great after photo. And we'll hit save. So now you can add a client note if you want and a private admin note. We don't need to do that. So we're just going to hit save. Okay. So now we have completed. This was marked as completed. There's one more task on the post inspection, which is under living room. And we'll go ahead and add an after photo here. And same thing. Now we'll mark this as completed and we'll hit save. Now the post inspection is marked as completed. And all we have to do is send it to the client. Add and send. So now here in a moment, we'll get a PDF file in our email. And all of those invoice emails that I sent finally came through. Took a minute, but they came through. And here comes the post inspection report. So now we will open the post inspection. Let me switch my share screen to my email. Here, I'll just share my entire screen. Now, so this is the report that came through. Now, keep in mind we don't have the logo added, or else it wouldn't show the business name here twice. We'll probably just remove that because it already says it here. So if there's no logo, it'll just delete that. And I did add this. It's supposed to be a headshot photo of me. Actually, this should be the person's name that completed the post inspection. So I'll get that addressed. So you can see before and after photos. Now, for some reason, that after photo didn't. Okay, there it is. So the before photo, the after photo that we just took, the before photo of the second task, the after photo, and the client can state if they're satisfied or if there was something wrong and they need revision. So if they're not happy with the work that was done, or there's something that they question about a specific task, then they can just state it on this form that will load when you click this button. And then you'll get that note inside the Contractor Plus app, and you can make the revisions that are needed or call the client and try to work it out, work out a solution that works for them. Now, if you just want to mark it as completed, then you just click there. And you can mark it as completed, and your client is invited to leave you a review. So the beauty is not only are you providing a level of transparency and insight to your client that they wouldn't get from any other company, but you're actually inviting them to leave you a review after you've completed the work. So now you can leverage this review to, let me take a screenshot of this because I don't like that the default is 3 stars. There should be 5. And then the client can, leave you a comment. Now, what will happen is this review will post as a verified review to your directory listing at contractorplusclub.com, and we'll eventually syndicate these reviews out through other directory listings on the internet, which boosts your online exposure and gets you more leads and more customers. So pretty cool. I recommended. What happened? I'll submit the review. And the review is added successfully. So now the work has been completed. The client signed off on it saying, good job. And now we get a notification inside of the app. Let me switch back here. Oh, did that screen never show? My bad. Okay, so we get a notification back inside the app. You can see right here, rated their post inspection, just rated you 5 of 5. So you actually get a notification anytime your client opens the post inspection, anytime they give you a rating, you know what's going on and what your client's thinking about. Pretty cool stuff. let's see here. I don't know if that was, there we go. Now it's on the screen. I hope I didn't close that. Okay, so it popped up here. I already minimized it, but basically it'll show up right in your notifications that your client left your review, or they opened or read your post inspection, or they read your invoice. Or so you can see what happens when you send this to the client. You can see the client interaction with your content. So that's all I really wanted to talk about today, was the post inspections and the invoices. There's a lot to it. Obviously, there's a whole lot to it. But now let me see something else. Now that the client marked it as, there we go. So the post inspection has now been completed because the client marked it as complete. Pretty cool. So now, you have a history of all of your post inspections. Now, when you start doing, 5 jobs a day or whatever, it's important to be able to see the statuses and to see where every job is at in the pipeline, and see what needs done where, and see which one of your team members are assigned to each job site, where your tools are, what job site has your tools. And that's the beauty of Contractor Plus, is we bring all of the assets and all of the elements related to your business, and we put it all in one platform. So it's all in one central location where you can stay super organized and manage your entire business effectively. And it's only going to get better from here. We're going to add more comprehensive reports. You're going to be able to generate like a P&L report. You're going to be able to see an employee performance report. You're going to be able to see your employees that are getting jobs done quicker than the amount of time you bidded. You're going to see employees that are milking the clock and not doing a real good job. So you're going to be able to better manage your business and really understand what's going on, both financially and productivity-wise. Now, before I go today, I want to mention again that we have a contest going on. It's a launch contest. We're giving away 2 $500 gift cards. I know it's not 500,000, but it's something. So 2 $500 gift cards to Home Depot and Lowe's. You get to pick. We're giving away not 1, but 2 of them. So you can sign up to go get your free Home Depot gift card. It is contractorplus.app/contest. Once again, that's contractorplus.app/contest. So if you haven't already done that, go do that. Invite your friends to do that. You get more chances to win by sharing it on Facebook, or sharing it on Instagram, or sharing it on, following our YouTube page, or inviting your friends or whatever. So if you don't mind, go do that. You could win $500. I mean, who couldn't use $500 at Home Depot or Lowe's? Pretty cool. And lastly, if you haven't followed us on Facebook, definitely do that. Facebook.com/ContractorPlusApp. And then last but not least, I have to talk about this. The benefits of upgrading to Pro. So the first benefit of upgrading to Pro is obviously you can add your employees. So if you got workers and you want to add them inside the app so that you guys can collaborate together on jobs, if you need to send someone to go do an estimate, you want to be able to track their work hours so you can quickly do payroll. You don't have to track anything manually. You want to track their mileage, which we're adding the mileage report here in a couple weeks. The tool manager, all of this stuff is going to be Pro features. So there's a lot of benefits of upgrading to Pro. And also, we've bootstrapped this entire startup, and our overhead and our expenses are astronomical. And by upgrading to Pro, you're helping us support development and helping us continually make Contractor Plus something truly special. So if you can, go check out the benefits of upgrading to Pro inside the app. At the bottom left of the menu, there's an Upgrade to Pro button. You can go read about it there. And I think you'll really benefit from doing that. And we'll benefit from you doing that. So consider upgrading to Pro. That's all I have today. I want to keep it short and concise. There's a lot going on. There's a huge support requirement right now. So I'm going to dive back in and get to work on that. But thanks for joining me today. I didn't see any messages come through the Restream dashboard. So if I didn't catch you today, or you didn't catch, same time, 11 a.m. Eastern. I'll see you then.